Hey guys, it's Ray here and welcome back to my second channel. Now, there's no better time right now to film this video than when it's pouring rain outside. It is currently 3 in the morning, nobody's awake, haven't heard a soul, it's spooky hour. Now this is a video that I have been wanting to make for a very long time. I am from New Mexico, I am proudly Hispanic, and I absolutely love sharing my culture with other people, and that includes the more creepy things. So today's second channel, not only am I going to be sharing some urban legends and terrifying things that scared me as a child, but also something that it's not even a legend, it's just real, and we'll save that one for last. So yeah, before we get into it, I will link all of my socials down below. If you're new to my second channel, unlike my main channel, I don't have a set upload schedule, so I highly recommend that not only do you guys subscribe, but also turn on the notification bell. That way, with this chaotic schedule that I'm on, you can get notified at any point in time. So let me get a little cozy for this video and light a candle and we'll begin. Now the first urban legend that terrified me growing up, and just the fact that it's raining outside, just dark outside, just makes this whole entire urban legend that much worse, you know what I mean? And I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard the story before, or maybe you've heard at least of the name. Recently there was even a movie made about it, and this is the curse of La Yorona. Now the story goes that long ago there was a beautiful, beautiful woman in a village. And one day through this small little village comes a man. Now this man was not only older, very handsome, but he was incredibly rich. All the women wanted to be with this man. So as the story goes, it was love at first sight. The man instantly fell in love with the woman and they ended up getting married. And not just that, but they also had 2 children, 2 boys. Well, years went on and they continued to appear to be the most perfect family around. But behind closed doors, the woman had a sinking, gut-deep feeling that something wasn't right. So one morning, after the husband got up really early, snuck out of the house, was going to go work, the woman went and followed him. Well, what she saw was not good. She saw her husband cheating on her with the woman who was now the most beautiful and youthful woman in the whole entire village. So out of complete spite, complete anger, she woke up her 2 sleepy sons, took them down to the river, and she drowned them. And once she realized what she had done, once the husband found out what she had done, she was completely distraught. So she spent the rest of her life crying for her sons down by the river. Every single day she would walk up and down, pleading with God, please bring my children back, please bring my children back. And everyone in the village could hear her crying all day, all night, ay mis hitos, ay mijitos. And eventually her appearance started to change. She got tall and lanky and all of her youth completely faded. She would wear her wedding dress from her once perfect marriage every single day until she herself perished in the river. And now it's said that she pleaded with God that she will look for the souls of children so she could replace those souls to bring her sons back. So in modern day, you absolutely do not go by the river at night. If you hear crying at night, ay mis hitos, you absolutely get out of there because that is La Yorona looking to steal your soul to get her kids back. So if you hear crying by the river in the middle of the night, you better stay in. So anyway, growing up, that was such a scary, terrifying story for a young child to hear. You know, I'm 27 now, and still to this day, I'm terrified. In fact, for my birthday, we had went to a very secluded cabin with a river in the back, and I told my boyfriend, like, I'm scared of La Yorona, you know? And yeah, still to this day, I am 27 years old, and I am terrified of La Yorona. Now this next story, again, is very popular here in New Mexico. It's very popular in Mexico. And this is a story of Malahora, which translates to the evil or bad hour. Now before I tell you guys the story, you guys need to understand that New Mexico is a very desolate, empty area. Especially at night on the highways. You can drive literally hours and hours and not see another soul on the highway. Just empty, desolate, no houses, nothing. And I have experienced that kind of a trip many, many, many times. You lose cell phone service, it's empty, it's dark, it's black, there's nothing. It's very, very terrifying. So in New Mexico, it's advised that you not only take a busy highway, but also travel in the daytime, because if you get stranded at night, there's nothing. So Malahora is a evil demon, spirit, ghost, nobody actually knows, but it travels at night in the appearance of a woman in a white dress. And she's known to show up at random times on the side of the highway, in the middle of the highway, and disturb drivers who are on the local New Mexico highways. So the story goes, if you see her, do not look at her in the eyes, because if you look at her directly in the eyes while you're driving, it's said that within the following weeks, something will happen to you that will kill you. Now, I was not a believer in this at all. I just kind of thought it was like a silly thing. Until one day, my uncle, who you guys need to know, he is just a normal man in his 30s. He works at a normal job. But what I'm about to show you is that one night he was driving in the southern eastern side of the New Mexico empty desert, and he saw something in the road. He didn't know what it was, so he took a picture of it and moved on. This was the photo. He still to this day does not know what it was. He doesn't know why it was walking in the middle of the road. He said that it looked exactly like the photograph, it's just a little bit less blurry, and he has no idea. Still to this day, he has no idea what that was. Now, this next story is very, very short, and it's a little bit more lighthearted than the other two. And this is the urban legend / explanation of the Kukui. Or in some places, I believe it's called El Coco. And the Kukui is known as the Mexican boogeyman. And basically the story goes is that it's in this invincible flying creature that at any point in the day, whether it be the daytime, the nighttime, it will crawl through the window or it will swoop down and it will steal the misbehaving kids, take it back to wherever it lives and kill them and eat them. And so as a Hispanic growing up, every time I did something bad or I got into something that I wasn't supposed to, my grandma would tell me, "You better stop or the Kukui is gonna get you." And this brings us to the very last story. And this one's not even a legend, it's real. It's a real undiscovered mystery that still in 2020, scientists have literally no idea about. And that is the Taos Hum. Now in New Mexico, up north, there's a very artsy-fartsy town called Taos, New Mexico, which I have been one time. It's a very small, mountainy kind of town, very, very artsy. But there's a mystery that's currently going on in Taos, New Mexico. There is a mysterious hum that nobody knows where it's coming from. It's been documented to make people sick, make people confused, make people not have sleep, and a lot of people say that it sounds like a low buzzing engine that just never ever stops. Absolutely nobody knows what that is. Now, I believe there was a government-funded study to try to figure out what the heck this was, and the scientists, the government, literally they could not figure it out. There's only one theory right now besides aliens, but the theory is that maybe you're hearing the tectonic plates in Taos physically moving. But if that's the case, there's nowhere else in this world where you can hear just the constant hum. But the weird thing is that it's so inconsistent of who can hear it and who can't hear it. Some people hear it so loud that they literally cannot sleep at night, that it gets them sick, that they've literally had to move out of Taos. And some people who've lived there literally all their life, they don't hear anything. New Mexico, what are you doing? Like, what's going on? I could go on and on about the legends, the lore, the scary things of New Mexico. If you like this video, I would love, love, love to do a part 2. Like I said, I love sharing my culture with you guys. Thank you so much again for watching. And remember, don't go to the river at night.